Dexter's unsettling finding regarding the Gemini Killer. Gareth. Dexter learns unsettling details about Gareth, also known as the Gemini Killer, David Dastmalchian, while attending a distant retreat, led by Leon Prater, Peter Dinklage. Dexter is forced to reconsider his approach to dealing with this threat after learning that Gareth is a more crafty and dangerous foe than he first believed. The trailer suggests that the relationship between hunter and prey will change, becoming more hazy as Dexter takes on a difficult new task. Harrison's ethical conundrum. After an intense altercation with Vinny, Steve Schirripa, an aggressive landlord, who targets Elsa, Emilia Suárez, Harrison, Jack Alcott, struggles with his sense of justice. Harrison's internal conflict is examined in episode 7, when his moral compass is put to the test in ways that could have a profound impact on his life as he determines how far he is prepared to go in the pursuit of justice. The episode gains emotional depth from this personal arc. Conflict at the retreat of Leon Prater. In the episode, Leon Prater leads a remote, opulent retreat with the help of his enforcer Charlie Brown, Uma Thurman, and the rest of his serial killer collective, which is starting to fall apart, with Prater considering calling off the retreat early, possibly because of misgivings about Dexter appearing as Red or other events. The teaser conveys a sense of mystery and possible peril. Character tensions will rise, and there will be intense interactions in this situation. Significant change in the story. The phrase, course correction, suggests that Dexter and Harrison will undergo substantial adjustments. For Dexter, it can entail changing the way he investigates or reconsidering how he approaches his targets. It might make Harrison's connection with Dexter more difficult since it implies a redefining of his ideas of justice and retribution. The episode is characterized as a crucial chapter that combines emotional depth, suspense, and unexpected turns. High stakes and emotional weight. Episode 7 is expected to raise the stakes even further after the shocking turn in episode 6, Cats and Mouse. According to the synopsis, Dexter and Harrison will both have to confront their worst fears and make important choices that could change their course. It is anticipated that the episode would keep viewers on edge with its trademark blend of moral intricacy and psychological strain. Only Rapunzel and Gemini remain on Dexter's to-do list after he has successfully eliminated or neutralized 3 of Prader's serial killer dinner party entities. In Resurrection episode 6, David Dastmalchian finally gets his chance to shine, presenting Gemini as conceited, self-centered, and, most startling of all, a twin. Dexter was surprised to learn that the notorious Gemini Killer character could be the product of 2 men, one of whom takes pride in holding the top rank on the FBI's most wanted list. The Gemini twin twist is not only unexpected but also reasonable because the Gemini usually killed in pairs, which would have been ambitious for a single serial killer. Future Dexter, Resurrection Season 1 episodes will have more Dastmalchian as Gemini, which is a relief. He is one of the most captivating, supporting characters in the history of the Dexter franchise, and it is hoped that he will remain until the conclusion of the first season. However, given how much Dexter usually enjoys these classic table settings, I must admit that the Gemini's first kill scene did feel a little hurried. In hindsight, it makes more sense because Gemini is not just 1 but 2. Nevertheless, spectators felt as though they were denied the opportunity to see what may have been a historic discussion. Additionally, eliminating Mia, played by Krysten Ritter, made sense for the plot but regrettably feels like a lost chance for the franchise. Ritter, who at first glance seemed to be Dexter's ideal mate, was outstanding as Lady Vengeance, even when her fame turned out to be a lie. She will be greatly missed in Resurrection. The core of Resurrection Season 1 has been Tista's hunt for Dexter as the Bay Harbor Butcher. In addition to being intelligent and strategic, his arc has been exciting, even in brief bursts, which inevitably led him to Detectives Wallace and Olivia's NYPD offices. In Resurrection Episode 6, Charlie's affectionate relationship with her ailing mother is also briefly shown, suggesting that it might have consequences down the road. Furthermore, Harrison offered to watch Elsa's son Dante despite his unfortunate move on her, which almost resulted in a violent conflict between him and Elsa's cruel landlord. An intriguing feature that provides a respite from the violence in Resurrection is the growing relationship between Dexter and Blessing's camera. Through their bond, Dexter gets direction and advice on how to be a better parent to Harrison. These scenes allude to one of Dexter's main goals in Resurrection, which is to become as emotionally available as possible. Even though they undoubtedly take away from the action, perhaps a little too much for my taste. When Dexter and Harrison discuss his future near the end of the episode, this point is most evident. Harrison doesn't get rejected by Dexter because he doesn't have a dark passenger like him. Rather, he accepts Harrison for who he is and acknowledges that his mother, Rita, is undoubtedly the source of his innate goodness. Batista and the 2 NYPD officers will probably work together to find Harrison, their next prime target, when Mia dies. At the same time, Prater and Charlie are keeping too much tabs on Dexter to keep Harrison a secret from them. Harrison is likely to turn into a significant vulnerability and liability for Dexter, much like the most of the people he has attempted to maintain relationships with.